Okay, so let's now go into further details about the chapter of collection. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. Yes, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Oh, so in collection we have a parent interface called iterable. What is a so whatever I will draw in a black color sharp edge rectangle will be an interface. So what is iterable? How can I turn it into blue color? It's an interface. So iterable is an interface. Then this is inherited by one more collection whose name is collection. So what is collection, interface or class? What is collection, interface or class? Yes, what is interface, collection or class? So what is this black line then? Extends or implements?
Implements.
Is it?
Implements. Because interface.
Is it?
Extend.
Interface, class implements an interface. Interface extends the interface. Class will implement the interface.
Okay.
And then we have three small interfaces. They will also inherit from the
List.
these all so they are also extending from the interface. Now what are these three sub interfaces? List, set and queue. Which are they?
List, set, and queue.
List is there, set is there, and so what are list, set and queue? Interface or classes? They are interfaces because I put them in a black color sharp edge rectangle. Now interface has to be implemented by some class, right? Okay. So now the reason of segregating the classes into list and set interfaces because there is a difference between list and set. Why is there a reason why they have segregated the list interface and the why don't to separate between list and set? So now here yesterday what Shruti was telling, the difference between them is first in list duplicates are allowed. So all the classes of the list interface will allow duplicate values. So duplicate objects are allowed in the list, but the set only allows unique values. Duplicates are not allowed. In the set, duplicates are not allowed. Then the list will preserve the insertion order. What will it do? Preserve the order of insertion. So in which order the elements were added, that order also is preserved. Duplicates will not. This set will not preserve the order of insertion. Set will just maintain the elements, but in which order they are being added, that order will not be preserved in a set. Okay, so here you can say does not preserve. Here you can say does not preserve the order of insertion. So the element will be there, but in which order it is being added, that order is not preserved. So it is all shuffled up. All the values are shuffled in a set. Third, list will allow multiple null values. Will allow multiple null values or null objects, whatever. But set as it doesn't allow duplicates, will allow only a single null. Will allow only single null value. If I try to insert more than one null, it will not accept. Will allow only one single null value. So these are the three primary differences between the list and the set. Who can recap? What are they?
Duplicate values are allowed, whereas in set duplicates are not allowed. Duplicate values are not allowed. Then the list it preserves the order of expression, and in the set it does not preserve the order of expression. And third point is in the list it allows the multiple null values, whereas the set it allows only a single null value.
Correct. Now there are few implementation classes which implement the list. So whatever I am putting in red and round edge rectangle, it is called as a class. That will be a class. And then whatever I am drawing with a red line, what will that be? Implements or extends?
Extends.
Is it? Class extends the interface.
Class implements an interface.
The red line will be implements. Is that making sense? Okay. So red line is implements. So the first class which implements the list is the array list. Then we have linked list. Did you all do the research yesterday? I had told you all and do the on the collection and difference between array list and array. Did anyone try? Yes, guys. Vector and then the class stack. The class stack will now what is happening over here? Anyone? Any idea what is happening over here? The class stack will yes. Okay, then we have some set classes. Set, we have hash set, and we have linked hash set, and then we have one more interface called as sorted set, and then we have one more class which implements from the sorted set. So which are the classes which implement the set interface?
This is hash set class and link hash class.
And which one? Tree set. Okay, and then in the queue we have a class called as priority queue which implements the queue. So priority queue is the class which implements the, and there are many more queues, but we will do the priority. Okay, and then there is one more interface which is not a part of the collection. It's there in this chapter, but it doesn't inherit from the collection. That is a different set. That is called as the map. Very important one. So it is as similar to the set, that is called as the map interface. So you can put that over here. Okay, that doesn't inherit from the collection. Okay, it's a independent sort of interface, and very widely used. What is the name of the interface?
Map.
So wherever there is set, just replace it with map. It is quite similar to a set interface. The classes I am saying, classes naming, operation is very different. So wherever there will be map, just there will be set, just replace it with map. So what are the classes of the map?
Hash map and link hash map.
And
And
tree
full map.
and the interface will also be there. Okay, here the only difference is this class which was inheriting from here it just extends the hash map. Here there is an extend. That is the difference. So does the map inherit from the collection?
No, sir.
No, it's a independent interface. And then apart with that, there are some more utility, okay, interfaces which we have to study. They are iterator and list iterator. Which are they?
Iterator and list iterator.
Iterator is a parent interface and its child interface is called as list iterator. So if you have command over these two also would be very good. Okay, so these are two. Then there are two other interfaces also which we can study. It will be very good for you all. Comparator, comparable. Okay, there are two independent interfaces. Which are they?
Comparator, comparable.
Comparator, okay, and comparable. So if you can master at least this much, then you can say that you have done the chapter of collection. So all these classes and interfaces we should be having expertise on. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Method of there and the class which are implementing it can implement that method.
Yes. So if I want some methods which should be across everywhere in all the implementation classes, if I want a method and I want it to be in all the implementation classes, I want it to be in an array list, I want it to be a linked list, I want it to be in a vector, in a stack, in a hash set, in a linked hash set, in a tree set, in a priority queue. So instead of adding those methods individual to the implementation classes, we add that method in the parent interface, which is collection. Okay, and then by virtue of inheritance and implementation, that method will reach all the child implementation classes, right? Let's say if I want a method add, when I want to add anything to the collection, I want a method add. So should I add this method over here in all the classes like this, or should I keep this add in the collection? What do you all recommend?
Within the collection.
So if I put it in the collection, then it gets used, it can be used by all the classes, right, which fall under that umbrella. So today we will study the common methods of the collection class. What are they?
Collection class.
No, of the collection interface of the collection.
Interface.
So what are these methods? Are these exclusively only for the collection interface, or these methods can be used by all the implementation classes also?
These methods can be used by all implementation classes.
Okay, so what are those methods which are common for all the implementation classes of the collection interface? So first method is the add. Which method? Which method?
Add method.
So the first method is add. And what do we add to a collection? Objects, primitives or non-primitives?
The non-primitive.
And which is that class from which all the objects inherit, all the classes inherit in Java? Which is the great grandparent class in Java?
Object class.
Object. So if I pass a object over here, means I can add any object over here. The syntax I write object. Yes or no? So like this. Now this is method of which? This is method of which? interface?
of connection interface.
So it can be used. It can be used with. It can be used by whom?
By all the classes which are falling under the connection of.
Okay, very good. So can I use add with the hash map object? Can I use add with the hash map object?
No,
Why no?
because it does not inherit from collection.
Yes, it doesn't. This doesn't inherit from the collection interface. So okay. So to add an element into a hash map, we have something called as put method. Which method? So this put is only exclusive only to.
Hash map.
Yes, that's why it is a separate interface, because the way of adding in a hash map is, so put is exclusive only for
Hash map.
hash map, and hash map accepts data in key value pairs. What does it accept data in? So whenever you will do a put, you have to give the key and value. Key value pair you have to. That's why it is separate. It has separate behavior. So it is not inheriting from the collection interface. We'll go in detail later on. So first common method is what? Add. So here is a project FSD, this one. Okay. So let's do day 2. You're able to see my screen, right, guys? Day 2. So let's try to do all the methods of the collection interface. Collection interface methods. So I'll take any collection class and I'll do on that. So let's take array list. We had done this yesterday, I guess. So I make an array list and I'll name it as list1 is new array list, correct? So is this the right way of declaring, or am I missing anything? Yes, so whenever we will use collection, we will try to always use in generics. So here I want to store strings. I want to store what? And do a control shift. Now to this list, if I want to add any element, how will I add? Which method? So see, you have a add, and I can add which object over here now? Why is it telling me string object? Because I have told the list is of what? If I had not given this, if I would have not given this, would it tell me add only string? Then see what did you tell me? Now it's telling me add a object. Getting it, guys? So when you generalize the string, use generics, then it will prompt you what type of data the string will accept. So now what will it accept? String. And now I am adding a string. Okay, so I'm adding a string in which collection now? So this is the add function. Will the list preserve the order of insertion? This is a list, right? So when I sys out, will it preserve the order of insertion? So what will be the output of this? The order in which I inserted them, correct? Okay, now after this, I want to add a element, let's say Tom, and I want Tom between Chris and David. So at which index will Tom go to? 0, 1, 2, which index? I want Tom over here between Chris and David. So at which index should I add Tom? So we have that function also, it is overloaded. So the add is overloaded. We have two adds. We have a add, see over here, with the index also. So I can say 3 and then I can give the element. So now what will be the output of this string?
This will be added when Chris, Tom, David.
Yes. So if I now save this and run, will give me Alice, Chris. So there are two adds. How many adds are there?
Two adds.
So what does it do? First add, it takes only the object, and second add takes,
Object with index.
it takes the integer index and then the object. Correct? Similarly, we have remove also. We have what? And remove also is overloaded. We have two removes. We have one remove which will just take the object, which object you want to remove, and we have one more remove which will take the index, as to which index you want to remove. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So like this. So now we have Alice, Ben, Chris. Now I want to remove Chris. What will I do?
List one dot remove.
See, you have to remove. The object is there, and so what will you say? You pass the object which you want to remove. So now when I display, what will be the list?
It will be added when Tom, David.
Alice, Ben, Tom, David. Alice, Ben, Tom. Now I want to remove Ben, but I don't know. I don't want to give the object. I want to give the index. So how will I remove?
One dot remove.
And
One.
1.
One.
So 1 will remove Ben. So now what will be the output?
Alice, Tom, David. Alice, Tom, David.
Alice, Tom, David. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now is this list empty, or there is some values in the list?
So there is some values in the list.
So if you want to check the list is empty or not, there is a function called isEmpty. Which function? And these functions are all public boolean. Okay, these are functions are all public boolean. I have written that also. They are public methods. They are the interface, and the return type is all boolean. Means if it is successful to remove, will return true. If not successful, will return false. If successful to add, will return true. Not successful to add, will return false. So return type is public boolean for all of them. If you want to go further deep. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So understand this chapter thoroughly then. Okay, then there's a fifth method. So if you want to check whether the collection is empty or not, the function called isEmpty. What is the function? And it will give you a boolean value, whether true or false. So if it is empty, will give you true. If it is not empty, will give you
False.
false. So now is my list 1 empty?
No, sir. That's
So,
all.
so if I do sys out and I write list 1 dot is empty, what will it give me?
False.
Will give me false. Will give me false, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To remove all the elements, we have clear. What we have?
Clear.
So this will truncate. What will this do?
This one clear dot remove that.
Truncate. What do truncate command do? Yeah. So it will truncate. Now, do we have any value in it? Now is it empty or no?
Yes, sir. Now it
So now if I do list is empty, what will it give me?
will give 2.
Now it will give me true, correct? Okay, when I added the 4 elements, how many elements are there in this? How many elements are there now at line number 13? So to check the count of that, we have size method. Which method? So what will size method give you? Size will give us the count of elements. Okay, size will give us count of elements in the collection. So initially when I run, it should give me a 4, right? Okay. After I clear and I give the size, what will be the size? After clearing, size will become 0. Okay. Okay, what is the default capacity of array list? Yes, so capacity is there 10, but now size is 0 over here. So this is also one of the common methods. So one more method we learned was public boolean clear, and then public and integer will give you the size. Size will give you an integer value return. Okay. Okay. Then we can take a small collection and add into a large collection to make a 2D collection. So if I take a collection, let's say if I take a collection of all Maharashtrian cities, so can you give me 3 Maharashtrian city names? Yes. Is my screen visible? So Pune and Mumbai and Nagpur. Okay. So what element is there as index 0, index 1 and index 2? What element, what type of element is there? What type of object is this? String. So when I make this array list, it will be of what type? And I call it mh. I call it was new array list. Okay, now to this I want to add these 3. So how will I do it? Mh dot add. Should I add Mumbai first or Pune first? Will it matter or not? Why will it matter? Because the list preserves the order of insertion. So whatever I am adding should respect the type of the collection, yes or no? So what is the type of collection? So when I add, I have to respect that, correct? And as I have drawn it already prior, so I will have to respect that also. Then let me make one more collection for Rajasthan, let's say. So now how many collections do I have over here? So okay, so okay, okay. If I want to make one more collection for, let's say, Gujarat, and if you want to add all the elements at once, you can do that also. Okay, go inside this and say arrays dot as list and pass the list over here. Surat, Ahmedabad, and give any swap. So you can pass like this also. So we'll close the bracket twice, right? Because we have as list also. So it's up to how you guys want to do it. If you want to do it faster, you can do new array list and then take arrays dot as list and pass all the elements at once. You can do also. So now I have 3 collections. So yes,
सर ये चीजें डॉट एज लिस्ट लिख सकते हैं सर?
हाँ लिख सकते हैं, आपको जो लिखना है.
कर सकते हैं?
Yes, if you want to write in one line, you can do it, not a problem.
नहीं सर, मतलब फर्स्ट में भी एरेज, मतलब एरे लिस्ट के इसमें लिखे ना सर, पैरामीटर में लिखना सर उसको.
हाँ, तो कि उसको लिस्ट अपन यहाँ पर जो एक लिस्ट उसका कंस्ट्रक्टर है एरे लिस्ट का, जो लिस्ट ऑफ एलिमेंट्स ले सकता है.
नहीं, अगर मैं इसको सर ऐसा लिखूं जी जे डॉट एज लिस्ट तो अलग बनेगा सर.
gj dot as list
अलग
मतलब पहले बना.
जस्ट इनिशियलाइज करेंगे जैसे न्यू एरे लिस्ट किया ना सर. हाँ
ओके, इसके बाद में rj dot add list करने का.
हाँ एज लिस्ट करेंगे तो अलग बनेगा.
ओके, लेट्स ट्राई. इस पे जाएंगे, प्रैक्टिकल पे जाएंगे तो देखेंगे होता है क्या. ठीक है, तो ये जयपुर हो गया और ये बीकानेर हो गया और ये this is my hometown in Rajasthan. ओके, एंड ये कौन सी लिस्ट है? ये है MH और ये है RJ. Now what I do is I make a big collection called as India. ठीक है, अब ये कलेक्शन हो गया इंडिया. तो कैसे बनाएंगे इसको? इसको बनाएंगे. ओके, देखो मैं एरे लिस्ट ऑफ स्ट्रिंग बना रहा हूँ. क्या बना रहा हूँ? स्ट्रिंग. और क्या नाम दिया उसका? और किस टाइप का है? ठीक है, अब मुझे इंडिया में सारे के सारे महाराष्ट्र और सारे के सारे राजस्थान के सिटीज ऐड करना है. तो डायरेक्टली मैं कर सकता हूँ इंडिया डॉट एड ऑल. क्या होगा? और क्या पास कर दिया उसको? तो एड ऑल जो लेगा वो कोई ना कोई कलेक्शन ऑब्जेक्ट लेगा. क्या लेगा? करेक्ट, because we are adding all, no? So it is like in a large collection, if you want to add all the elements of a small collection, so what will add all do? What will add all do?
Add all the elements of a small collection.
So what will be the parameter of add all? So add all का जो parameter है वो क्या है?
It's another small collection.
So public boolean function add all, उसको पास करना पड़ेगा अपने को. उसको कोई ना कोई कलेक्शन क्लास पास करनी पड़ेगी. समझ में आया? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now how this add all will work, remember this now, okay? ये जो लोग वाकई में मेहनत कर रहे हैं ये उनके लिए है अभी. ठीक है, ये कैसे काम करता है एक्चुअली? वो क्या करेगा, जो हमने पास किया है RJ उसको इंडिविजुअल स्प्लिट करेगा. याद रखना, देखो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. उनको इंडिविजुअल स्प्लिट करेगा. 0 इंडेक्स अलग, 1 इंडेक्स अलग, 2 इंडेक्स अलग। ठीक है, तो जब मैंने उनको इंडिविजुअल हर इंडेक्स को अलग अलग कर दिया तो मुझे क्या वैल्यू किस टाइप का मिल रहा है? स्ट्रिंग टाइप का, राइट। और वो फिर उन स्ट्रिंग्स को इसमें ऐड करते जाएगा। तो जयपुर एक स्ट्रिंग है और इंडिया भी स्ट्रिंग का है, तो जयपुर आ जाएगा 0 इंडेक्स पे। इंडिया के कौन से इंडेक्स पे आ गया? जयपुर को, क्योंकि ऑर्डर इज इम्पोर्टेंट ना। तो जयपुर आ गया कौन से इंडेक्स पे? इंडिया के 0 इंडेक्स पे। फिर बीकानेर कौन से इंडेक्स पे आएगा? फर्स्ट इंडेक्स पे, क्योंकि इंडिया भी ऑफ टाइप स्ट्रिंग है ना। और फतेहपुर कौन से इंडेक्स पे आएगा? तो नाउ कैन कौन से कितने इंडेक्स पॉपुलेट हो गए इंडिया में? 0 1 2 तो पॉपुलेट हो गए, राइट। तो इंडिया इंडिया कलेक्शन का मुझे 0 1 और 2 तो मिल गया। ओके, अब मैं लिखता हूं वापस इंडिया डैट डॉट एड ऑल एमएच, तो क्या होगा? बट व्हाट विल इट डू फर्स्ट बिफोर एडिंग? ठीक है, ये सिर्फ ऐड करने के लिए उसने स्प्लिट किया था, ये एक्चुअली स्प्लिट नहीं हुआ है। हाँ, क्या सिर्फ ऐड करने के लिए उसने इसको किया था? रियल टाइम में ये अपना कलेक्शन ही है ये। ठीक है, तो उस पर कुछ चेंजेस नहीं आए हैं कि भाई जो आरजे अलग अलग हो गया क्या, नहीं। पर वो ऐड ऑल काम वैसे करता है कि वो इंडिविजुअल एलिमेंट्स को कन्वर्ट करके ऐड करता है। ठीक है, तो उसका मतलब ये नहीं हुआ कि वो स्प्लिट हो गया है, वो है ऐसा ही। ओके, अभी ऐड ऑल हो गया एमएच, तो क्या क्या करेंगे आप? जो उसका पहला है वो पुणे इधर आ जाएगा। फिर पुणे कौन सा इंडेक्स पे आ गया अभी? 3। और फिर मुंबई और नागपुर, तो ऐसे वो ऐड कर रहा है पुणे। तो इंडिया में हर एलिमेंट जो है वो स्ट्रिंग है ना, क्योंकि अपन ने बोला था कि इंडिया, कि हमने बोला है कि इंडिया भी किस टाइप का है? स्ट्रिंग टाइप का। हर एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग आ गया ना। समझ में आ रहा है तुम लोग को? इसको समझो अच्छे से, ये आगे जाके थोड़ा स्लिप होगा। ओके ओके, अब मुझे यहाँ पर एक और सिटी ऐड करनी है इंडिया में, दिल्ली। तो कैसे ऐड करूं मैं? दिल्ली ऐड करनी है बस छठे पे। तो ऐड क्या? ऐड ऑल। So what will we do? Only India dot add. But whatever I am adding, I have to respect. Well, I created the object. So can I add over there 10? Can I add over here 10? Yes or no? Why no? Yes. ठीक है, सो दिल्ली ऐड कर देंगे तो ऐसा हो जाएगा। तो अभी इस पे भी जाके करते हैं डे 2 में। ठीक है, सो क्लास लेते हैं ऐड ऑल डेमो। ठीक है, एक कलेक्शन बनाता हूँ मैं। तो ये क्या लिस्ट था? MH। तो MH में क्या ऐड हुआ? एक तरीका तो ये था बनाने का। एक तरीका और क्या है, अगर आपको पहले से मालूम है कि क्या क्या ऐड करना है, कैसे बनाएंगे? तो क्या बनाएंगे? देखो, ओके, कैन द रेफरेंस ऑफ द लिस्ट पॉइंट टू द एरे लिस्ट? आई कैन डू लाइक दिस ना, लिस्ट। चल ठीक है, तो बाद में देखते हैं, पहले ये देख लेते हैं। अब देखो, मैंने एक और एरे लिस्ट बनाया RJ, और क्या किया इधर, arrays डॉट एज लिस्ट, और क्या पास करना है, जयपुर फतेहपुर, लास्ट में डालेंगे। Possible, right? Okay, what Tessin was telling, that if we make one array list, okay, I'm writing the state names in all small, and then he was telling कि अगर बिहार डॉट एज लिस्ट करके ऐड कर सकते हैं, Tessin नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है? फिर आपको करना पड़ेगा बिहार डॉट एड ऑल, मल्टीपल है ना, बिहार डॉट एड ऑल, और फिर ये करना पड़ेगा शायद, देखते ही सपोर्ट करता है क्या। तो इसको जाइए कलेक्शन क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट, ठीक है, ऐड ऑल कर लेगा फिर अभी, ठीक है, ठीक है ना। तो अभी अगर आप सिस आउट करते हैं, ओके, आप बिहार के सिटीज के नाम बोलो भाई, पटना, गया, और कौन सा, वासेपुर तुम्हारे इधर ही है ना, गाजियाबाद, ठीक है। अब मैं सिस आउट करता हूँ सारे के सारे कलेक्शन इंडिविजुअल, MH, RJ और बिहार, तो सेव के देखते हैं कि एलिमेंट्स आते हैं क्या, आ गए। अब मैं बनाता हूँ एक कलेक्शन इंडिया, तो इंडिया भी किस टाइप का होगा, स्ट्रिंग इज न्यू एरे लिस्ट। अब मुझे इंडिया में सारे सिटीज ऐड करने हैं, महाराष्ट्र, राजस्थान, और उसके तो कैसे करेंगे, तो इंडिया जो लेगा वो लेगा कलेक्शन क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट है ना, ऐड ऑन। तो अब जो है कौन मुझे बोलेगा कि इंडिया का अभी साइज क्या होगा, अभी साइज कितना हो जाएगा इंडिया का, 9 है ना। तो अगर मैं सिस आउट करता हूँ, इंडिया साइज, तो इंडिया डॉट साइज कितना होएगा, और अगर मैं इंडिया डिस्प्ले कर दूं तो इंडिया will show me all the 9 cities in the order which I added them and size is 9, correct? समझ में ऐड ऑल कैसे करता है, कैसे करता है ऐड ऑल, जो भी हम जिसको भी हम ऐड ऑल पास कर रहे हैं वो सबको पहले अलग अलग करके फिर इंसर्ट करेगा एक यूनिक इंडेक्स पे, है ना। ओके, ऐसे ही रिमूव ऑल भी है, क्या है, ठीक है, So let's say कि अभी बिहार is not a part of India, let's say. So I will do what? India dot remove all of बिहार. तो अभी क्या हो जाएगा? बोलो भाई. जो बिहार के अंदर स्ट्रिंग्स है वो इंडिया में से निकल जाएंगे. तो बिहार में पटना है, पटना ऐसे निकल जाएगा. बिहार में गया है, गया निकल जाएगा, गाजियाबाद निकल जाएगा. तो अभी साइज क्या हो गया इंडिया का भी? और एलिमेंट्स क्या क्या रहेंगे? दिख रहा है? तो ये भी एक फंक्शन है, रिमूव ऑल. और क्या पास करेंगे जब भी हम लोग करेंगे? तो कोई भी कलेक्शन क्लास को ऑब्जेक्ट पास करना पड़ेगा रिमूव करने के लिए. यस और नो? ओके.
How we remove specific city collection type?
हाँ.
I want to just use state type. How to remove state from India?
Yes, that is what we've done. No, remove the state from India.
But I want to do like sir, in Bihar collection, we want to remove Gaziabad. How?
Then remove the remove function which we did over here. Then this function remove.
We just pass the element name.
Yeah. Then from Bihar, from Bihar dot remove. And then which element you want to remove from here.
No sir, India से अगर निकालना हो.
इंडिया से निकलना है गाजियाबाद.
इंडिया से गाजियाबाद.
हाँ तो फिर रिमूव करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि इंडिया में तो 9 है ना. अगर आपको पूरा बिहार रिमूव नहीं करना है, पूरा बिहार रिमूव नहीं करना है, सिर्फ गाजियाबाद रिमूव करना है, तो इंडिया डॉट रिमूव सिंगल ऑब्जेक्ट. Which one? Is this what you are asking for? So now India will have 8 cities now. India will have 8 cities. गाजियाबाद नहीं आया. ठीक है. ओके. अब मुझे सिर्फ बिहार रखना है, मुझे सब स्टेट्स निकालना है और सिर्फ बिहार को रखना है इंडिया में बस. तो उसको बोलते रिटेन ऑल. क्या बोलते हैं? सो इंडिया डॉट रिटेन ऑल. दिख रहा है? और क्या लिखा मैंने? तो क्या होगा? विल रिमूव ऑल स्ट्रिंग्स एंड कीप ओनली दोज which are in बिहार. तो बिहार में क्या क्या है? तो अभी क्या होगा जब मैं करूँगा रिटेन ऑल? तो अभी आउटपुट क्या आएगा इसका? सिर्फ साइज क्या आएगा? फिर साइज इसका और एलिमेंट्स क्या आएंगे? सिर्फ वो जो बिहार में है ना. तो उसको बोलते हैं रिटेन ऑल. तो ये भी एक फंक्शन है. तो अगर अपन ने 10 फंक्शन पढ़ लिया, अपन ने इतना पढ़े तो काफी तुम लोग. पब्लिक बूलियन क्या है? रिटेन ऑल. तो इस पे एक को डॉक्यूमेंटेशन बना लेना अभी आप लोग रिसर्च करके. the common classes, common methods in the collection interface. अब ये मेथड हम लोग सारे जगह पे यूज कर सकते हैं, सारे कलेक्शन क्लासेस में यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? अरे बात समझ में आ रही कि नहीं?